coming to you live, streaming live on YouTube on Saturday, May 2nd in the year 2020. I hope you're having a good day. I just wanted to come on here and share a few things with you. There's one main thing. I have some bullet points here. Let's just go pull those up right now, shall we? I have a lovely little screen share option here. And basically, here's some of the things that I plan to share during this live stream. One, probably the primary reason, in fact, it's in the thumbnail and in the headline or the title of this video, is I'm going to share with you some details about how you can get your photo featured in some of my upcoming videos. And I'm even going to have some examples of how they will be used using some people who have already submitted photos. I'm going to give you an update on my elbow surgery and how I'm recovering from that slowly but surely. I'm going to express my gratitude and my thanks for all the wonderful comments regarding a personal milestone that happened on Thursday. I posted about it in the community tab, and it's got some wonderful feedback. And then as time allows, I would love to interact with you live, possibly answer some of your questions, again, as time allows. And so I see, so one of the things I always like to do is make this interactive. So if you're watching and you know how to leave a comment, please do comment. Let me just say hi initially. Let me know where you're watching from too, because I have the ability to bring up your comment, just like I'm going to do. Well, hang on a second. Let me get out of this thing here. There we go. All right. Violet says, "Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes." Hey, if good vibes are plenty good, just in a single mention of them, but 3 times over, is that like Beetlejuice? Remember that movie? You got to say it 3 times. So hello, Violet. I'm glad you could be here. Is that Zenat? Feel better soon. Thank you so much. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm already feeling better. I'll give a little bit of an update, but yeah, boy, this recovering from elbow surgery is apparently I really messed up my bones, and they put plates and screws in, and it's a slow recovery, but I'm already seeing some progress. Just acknowledge some other people here who are tuning in. So yes, if you're watching, please leave a comment and say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Grace, oh my God, all the way from, is that Scotland? That's awesome. And Jaden, also, thank you for the well wishes. A lot of you, I guess I have been pretty forthcoming with my injury, and so a lot of you are aware of that. So really, I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Jaden, and he is from Atlanta, Georgia, is in the house. So that's fabulous here. So keep them coming. I'm going to bounce back and forth between acknowledging the comments and interacting with you, which I love to do live. This is incredible. It's one thing to post a video, and upload it, read comments later. You can watch it at your leisure, but there's nothing like interacting live, and so that's why I love doing these things. Akeisha, the hair diva, says, "Hey Bob." I love that, Akeisha, the hair diva, and she's from New York City. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. So yes, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this. The main reason that I'm doing this live videos, I'm really excited about it. And so actually, let me pull up my and keep leaving comments. I'll come back and acknowledge you here in just a bit. And so let's talk about photos, shall we? Whoops, I need to get this so I can see it. Hang on a second here. And so, yes, photos wanted for my videos. So basically, I'm going to kind of reference this, but you can read along if you'd like. So for years, I've done what a lot of YouTubers do. When I use people in my photos, I use stock photos. There are a lot of these sites out like Pixabay and Pexels and Unsplash and different ones. I also use Canva, the paid version of Canva, which has a lot of access to images and even video clips now. And so these things are royalty free. So a lot of creators go there to get images. And I've done that for many, many years. Then the other day, with some nudging from my girlfriend, Pookie, a fabulous idea was hatched. In fact, what happened, how this kind of came about, was I was doing a video about I welcome joy into my life. Was the theme. I'm doing this series called Morning Mantra Meditations, where instead of a whole list of affirmations, I give you like one centering thought that you repeat over and over. And she just said, well, if this is about joy and expressing joy, we're pretty happy people. We have a lot of photos of ourselves doing joyful things. Why don't you use some personal photos? I said, man, that is a great idea. Why didn't I not think of that before? And then I expanded that idea and thought, wow, why don't I extend this to my whole community, to the people that, I know many of you listen to my stuff on a daily basis, which really touches my heart. And so instead of getting these stock images of models or whatever, why not use real people who are actually watching my channel and supporting it? So my request to you is send me your photos of yourself. And I may possibly use them in upcoming videos. Now, I sent out this in an email to my list. And by the way, if you're not on my email list, I highly recommend that you do so. It's really easy to do. Just go to my website at bobbakerinspiration.com. It's bobbakerinspiration.com, and you'll quickly see a link where you can sign up, get on the email list, and I give you access to 6 free downloads. And then every week I'll send you an update on the latest videos and stuff that I'm up to. And so people on the email list got this first the other day. But here's the important thing: before you send me your photos, I want you to fully comprehend what I'm looking for and how I want you to send them. It's pretty simple, but over half the people that sent them to me missed an important ingredient. So I know they're overlooking other things too. So here's the deal with the photos. I'm encouraging you to send me your photos. I'm just going to read this and we're going to go over it. You can ask questions in the comments if you want. They don't have to be professional looking. You don't have to be shot by a professional. It's probably best if they're not. Most smartphones these days take really great photos. Also, you don't have to look like a model. I want photos of real people, especially real people who are listening and enjoying my recordings. So all sizes, shapes, ethnicities are welcome and encouraged. I want this to reflect the diversity of the community that we've developed here. However, make sure that the photos are clear with good lighting. You're not in shadow. It's not grainy, So what there are ways to do that with the smartphone. You probably already have things in your photo collections or in your folders already that you really like, that are good representations of who you are. Let me scroll a little bit more here. Another important thing that I did not put in the email that I sent out, but most people did this, but since my videos are all about positivity and personal growth, self-improvement, I would love to see you smiling in the photos and radiating some kind of positive energy. So some sort of joyful look on your face or in a joyful surroundings. You can look peaceful too and serene. That's fine. But if you're scowling, probably not. It's not very likely that I'm going to be using them. Here's the really important part that a lot of people miss because they didn't really pay attention to the details in the email. All I need to do is, when you email them to me, is include your first name and then where you're located. So I just want to put your first name. I'm not going to reveal too much about you, but your first name and like what country you're in. I guess if you're in the U.S., you can include a city. I may or may not include the city along, but the country for sure. So make sure I know when you send. Just don't send them to me, and I had to reply back to people. These look great. Now I just need to know what's your name. Where are you? So save me that step by just including your first name and where you are located when you send these to me, and I will include those details along with your image. And I've got some samples of how I plan on displaying them in that way. If you hang tight here, let me get a drink as I go through this. I feel like I'm doing a tutorial of some kind. I suppose I am. So email your photos to, it looks like it spells out mrbuzzfactor@gmail.com. So mrbuzzfactor@gmail.com. I've been using that for a long time. I have, regular URLs, domain names but they all forward into this Gmail box. If you want, you can put them in Dropbox or Google Drive. You can provide a link that way too. But most photos are small enough that you can probably attach them to an email. And I don't need like 17 of them. I don't need 30. I just pick 2 or 3 of your favorites, and that should be fine. Then I'll pick the one, or I may use more than one at different times, but I'll probably pick the one that I like the most. I hate getting all lawyerly like on you, but I just have to cover this important legal note. So by sending your photos to me, you are agreeing to allow me to use them in upcoming YouTube videos. I won't, and there's no compensation involved, so you're not going to get a royalty or anything. And I'm not going to be able to get your approval. Like I'm not going to be able to show you the video and say, "Is this okay?" You're just allowing me to use them, and so you're sending me something that you think makes you look good to begin with, and I'm going to make you look as I'm not going to make you look bad, you know. So, but that's, I got to be really clear about that. I don't want to have to be getting permissions and doing all this follow. I want to make this easy for both of us, and shine the light on you in these videos. So if you send me photos that were shot by a professional photographer, please make sure that you have the rights to use them as you please. Because sometimes when you pay somebody to take like professional studio photos, they own the rights, and it gets a little tricky. I just don't want any photographers coming after me later and going, "Hey, I didn't give you permission to use that." Probably won't happen, but just make sure. I'll do my best to include your photos. Just know that I may not be able to use all of them for whatever reason, at my discretion. Probably because it's grainy or too. I don't know. There's something in the photo that makes it unusable. I just thought this would be a fun way to include good people like you who are responsible for the immense growth of this channel. I mean, I really want to shine the light. We're in this together. This is our success story. I can make these things, but if nobody listens and benefits from them, you know, it doesn't matter. I'll just enjoy creating them. But the whole key is that, yeah, you are using them and getting value. And I would love for these images to reflect that. You are a big part of my success story, and I would love to have you represented in there. So that's I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. So let me just acknowledge some people here. Oh, Violet, who I think was up earlier, is Palm Springs, California. We actually have some friends in Palm Springs that we were going to visit in May. Some months ago, but we had to cancel those plans, obviously, because of things happening with the pandemic. But we may do that this summer, Violet. So it's a hot area during the summer. I've been there once, before. Ms. Sonia, greetings from Kansas City, Missouri. You may know I'm in St. Louis, right on the other side of the state from you, Sonia. So that's awesome. Susan's from Liverpool. Hope you get well soon. Oh, thank you so much. I am getting better all the time. I'll give you an update about that. Oh, look, Chanel is in Jamaica. See, now there's a lovely little photo right there. If you sent that to me, we could work that into a video. Violet says, love is in the air. For some reason, I thought of the old Love Boat theme song. Love, exciting and new. Keisha says, I love that you respond to us. Absolutely. This should be interactive. This isn't a one-way communication. Let's see here. Shelly Bissonnet says, sending healing vibrations from Shelly. Oh, that's British Columbia, I assume. Fabulous. Love the Canadians here. Oh, what? Beam go crazy. Chantel. Oh, I thought it said St. Louis at first, but St. Lucia, right? I think I'm pronouncing that right. And so that's the deal. If you would like to be, so basically all that stuff that I just read about the photos is in the description of this video, and it's going to stay up there after the live thing. It'll be available to watch as a replay. So if you missed any of that, just read those over. The email address is in there, and just send what you have to me, and I'll use them. But if you're curious about what they might look like, I actually this morning took some time and put some together in the way that, and I think these are usable the way that they are. So let me just pull up that, let's see, preview here. Oh, there we go. Hang on a second. Let me go to the beginning here. So I got to position this in a place that we can all see it here. So there is it Anderl from Trinidad and Tobago. So these are the way that I plan on setting these up. I'll use the photos. I'll put some kind of a background to fill up the rest of the screen. These are, the widescreen thumbnail, not thumbnails, but they're the right dimensions. You don't worry about that. Just send me your photos. I will put them together and make them fit into this format. But I think I grabbed a picture of a scene from Trinidad and Tobago and put it in the background. Oops, let me undo this one here. Hang on a second. There we go. And so that's like an example. Let's go to another shot here. There is Corina from Italy. Really lovely photo there with the with that bridge behind her. Nice dimensions there. And so that's what I mean when I'm going to put your first name and your country, and maybe your first name and your city and your country. But this is kind of what they're going to look like. There's Dr. G. Sunitha from India. That's cool. Again, I want a diversity of people, and I want it to reflect the global community that is being built here. Here is Emily from Cornwall, England. That is so cool. Initially, Emily just sent me that background photo there of a beach and goes, "Oh, here's a photo of where I live." I said, "Well, that's great, but can I get a photo of you too?" And that's lovely there. And so I used that as the kind of faded out background. And there's her name and her location. Whoops, where are we at here now? And then let's see, I only have maybe one more. This is Terry from Rockville, Maryland. Sent that in to me. So I take these photos, I crop them, make them look as good as I possibly can. I find a background that's appealing, complimentary, and then I add your name and where you're from, and I'm pretty sure that is it. So isn't that kind of cool? So that's how I'll be using these photos. So so I encourage you, if you want to appear in some of my upcoming video, and I'll probably use them in more than one. I'm still determining how. I might have an initial video that's just about featuring the community in a video, but I'll keep these and just sprinkle them into videos ongoing, especially if your face and your expression reflects whatever the theme is of each of any particular video. So I'm always doing things on abundance and gratitude and joy. And so again, I mean, yeah, the more you can express joy and a positive vibe, the more likely I'm going to be using your videos and using your photos and using them often. Let me just acknowledge a couple of other comments here. Latina says, "Good afternoon from Houston, Texas." Awesome to be there. We got I was in Austin last year, and we have friends in New Braunfels that we stayed with, and then spent a little time also in San Antonio is down there, right? And so yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Houston though, but I guess it's about time, right? Nice to see you. Beam go crazy. Nice to see you, Bob. Please come to St. Lucia after the pandemic. That sounds like a beautiful thing to do. What is this? KL Entertainment maybe and Tech. Hi, how are you? I'm doing fine, and I'll give you an update. Yeah, on the elbow. I keep wanting to call it shoulder for some reason. Cool. Please visit me, Pookie, and you when you guys come out to visit. And this is Palm Springs. Is that right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was the earlier reference to that. Palm Springs, right. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think we're looking at like planning it out like to leave like around late. We're actually going to go to Hawaii, and then on the way back, because Pookie's family lives on the Big Island in Hawaii, and and her mom's getting up there in age, so we want to spend a little time with the family there. And then on their way back, we're going to go to Palm Springs, because Pookie's daughter also lives near Joshua Tree and has a new grandbaby there too. So yeah, that would be awesome to meet some of you in person. Let's see. And Sandra is from Fairbanks, Alaska. She says, "Good to see. It's good to be seen and to see you as well." So fabulous. So I love these live streams, and I love interacting in real time. And I mentioned this before too. This is great. I know most of my audience here is on YouTube. I can see your text. You can hear my voice. But even better is if we all had video and audio, we could actually speak. And so I'm going to be doing some small group Zoom calls. I'm kind of going to wait till I heal and I'm feeling my energy's back up to speed. But I'll be offering them periodically, to maybe limiting them to like groups of 10. for maybe, I don't know, an hour, 75 minutes, something like that, where a small group can get on, and there'll be a theme, and I'll have a format so everybody can be heard, and we'll have a discussion and interact with our voices and our visuals too. I think I would love to do that. And if you're on that email list that I mentioned, you'll be the first to know when I start offering those. Again, it's real easy to get on it. Just go to bobbakerinspiration.com. And bobbakerinspiration.com. It'll be pretty obvious where to click to get on the email list, and then you'll start getting like weekly updates from me. Donica says, hey, Bob. hey, Donica. Let's see. Stephanie says, good afternoon from Canada. Good to see that you're doing better. Absolutely. Donica's from Atlanta. Boy, Tamazing stuff. Hello. I hope I pronounced that right. It's an awesome name if that's it. Let's see here. And Donica says, Hawaii is beautiful. I enjoyed my vacation when I visited. Yeah. And like I said, Pookie's family is on the big island there. And it's amazing. The universe loves you. Get well soon. So let's just talk a little bit about that real quick, because that's one of the things that I promised. So yeah, it's been about a month ago. You may or may not know the story, but I was getting ready to record a video, of all things. Was walking down the hallway. I had just grabbed a shirt from the bedroom. Everything else was set up, the lights and everything, and I was just walking down simply to then sit and hit record and go. And I lost my footing, and stupid thing. Well, I shouldn't use that label. It was a clumsy thing, and just fell forward, and I must have landed pretty hard because something was obviously wrong with my arm and my elbow. Went to urgent care. Got hooked up with a specialist. Anyway, like 3.5 weeks ago, I had elbow surgery. And it was pretty intense. Like 2 plates and like 10 screws in my upper arm right above my elbow joint. After 2 weeks, they took off the splint. And at first, like, I was thankful to get that weight off. But then it was a whole new sort of stage that I got into, because I was happy to have that off of my arm, but it was so tender and I hadn't moved it in so long, and it was so sensitive. So it's been a real journey, but day by day it gets better. At first I was wondering, like, how am I ever going to move this thing? But now I've got some flexibility. I'm not going to do too much, but I still need that help in my right hand to lift it. But I'm working on range of motion, and then eventually do some strength kind of things to get the muscles back to working. And some of you know my ultimate goal is to be able to play the guitar again, because I've been doing that for like 4.5 decades. It's a big part of my identity as a musician. And so my fingers are all working correctly there, but it's going to be a while before I can actually strum and play. But I know that the day is coming. So I've said this before, but it's a real lesson in acceptance. This is where we are. I can easily beat myself up about being clumsy. Like, I let out that word stupid just a little while ago. But I'm not. And then patience, I would love for this to get better quickly, but I just have to take it day by day. And already, a week goes by and I see the progress. I'm able to bend it a little further. It's a little bit easier. Also want to share something with you. So this pillow here is very special. So when I first came home from the hospital, it needed to be cushioned a lot. And so I was looking for like a small pillow, something to just put between my arm and the side of my body. And I found this. This is something that my daughter, I have one child, she's 23. My daughter made this for me, I don't know, a few years ago. It was either a Christmas or a birthday present. And it's been around the house, but I looked at it, I said, that's the perfect size. And this thing has been like my constant companion for like ever since I came home from surgery. It's either on my side or it's in my lap. Except for now, it's on the desk there. But because of social distancing and her schedule at her job, I haven't seen her. We haven't seen each other in person. We've done FaceTime, but I think I've seen her in person for a couple of months. And so I know I'm really missing her. But this is something that is with me all the time. And I sent her a text the other day to let her know how much that helped me. I feel her energy in it. She made it for me, and so in a way, she's been with me throughout this healing journey here. So that was really special. Let's see here. Rebecca says, "Hi, Bob. I hope you're feeling better. Love and blessings to you. I greatly appreciate that." Violet says, "I live in La Quinta, to be more specific. I guess that's near Palm Springs. Not the maybe the hotel is maybe mentioned or named after that. Who knows?" Happy you're healing, says Shirts84. I was a little worried about you on your house. Let me see what creative videos. How are you? Honestly, I was a little worried about you when you were hospitalized, but now really happy to see you live. God bless you. Great health. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, but believe me, my first thought after I realized when I hit the ground and realized that something was seriously wrong, I said, no. I was not the calm voice that you hear on my affirmation videos. I go, this is the worst time, and then going to an urgent care, going into the hospital. But I was well taken care of, and they did a lot of things that were safe. Sandra says, "I did a clumsy this too, and I slipped on the ice and landed on my tooth. Oh my, yikes! Tooth butt." You landed on your butt or your tooth butt or your maybe they're. That's an interesting combination there. And so, yes. And so thank you for asking. It's little by little, it's getting better and better. And I'll definitely, if I get to the point where I can strum a chord, maybe I'll do a video with that. Another thing that I promised that I was going to do is, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's the next thing. Yeah. So basically, let me pull up something else here on my screen. Safari should be here. Did I pick yes, and so thank you for asking. It's little by little, it's getting better and better. And I'll definitely. I get to the point where I can strum a chord. Maybe I'll do a video. I accidentally did something I didn't want to do. Oops. Pardon me here while I figure this out. There we go. So on Thursday, it was a milestone event for me. I just want to share this with you real quick. It's important, but Thursday was April 30th. April 30th is a very meaningful, memorable day in my life. But 30 years ago, on April 30th, my mom passed away at a very young age. She had battled with liver cancer for around 5 years, and she kind of went into remission, and we had some really good years together, and then it came back, and yeah, April 30th was her last day. I was at the time I was 29, just shy, a couple of months shy of turning 30. She was only 51, about 6 weeks away from her birthday in June, when she would have been 52, so very young. And so I have already outlived her by nearly 8 years. And so 2 months from now, this year, I was born in 1960, and this year I turn 60. I know, hard to believe, right? You think of me as being 35. But yes, I'll turn 60. So basically, this now marks that it's been exactly half of my life that I've been without my mom. First half with her, and the second half without. And so that was, I knew, so I just wanted to share that. I shared it on Facebook. I shared it here on YouTube. And some of the comments that came in were just really touching. I mean, there's like 62 comments here. And some of you really went out of your way to express your heartfelt, not condolences, but it's things that really uplifted me. Some of them brought a tear to my eye, but a good kind of tear. Some of you shared your own stories of losing parents at a young age, and how important they are, especially moms, but dads too. There's just some really, really touching things. I just wanted to express my gratitude for all of you who chimed in there and other places and said some really kind things about that memory and about my mom and my relationship with her. And she was she raised me as a single mom, and I was her only child. And so, it was just her and I growing up through grade school and high school and all that. And, of course, high school, and you go through phases where you where you bump heads. But overall, she was a very loving parent. She made me a priority in her life. She wasn't an outgoing person. She was kind of shy and low key, but very sweet. Very doting on me. So I didn't get like the performance bug or the extrovert bug or the whatever. Somehow that was innately, I don't know where that came from, but she was still an encouraging presence. And whenever I did stuff, she was really proud of it. And still to this day, I can feel her presence. And so thanks again for just, I don't know, yeah, saying all those kind words. I really appreciate that. Just touch base. Let me go back to my other screen here, and let's see here. It's good to see you making things work. I'm working on doing nothing because I still feel something has seriously happened to my butt. Oh my gosh. Well, yes, I had a fall actually back in August where I slipped in a wet parking lot and fell really hard on my tailbone. We are all dynamites. So let's see here. Thank you, Bob, and she says, thank you, Bob, for sharing. You are certainly welcome. So let me see. What else do I have here? I think that was pretty much on my hit list. We talked about the photos. Please submit yours, but read the entire message. If you missed it earlier, you have to read the entire description here before you send me photos, just so you're sending me the right kind of thing and identifying them in the proper way. It's not complicated, but just take those simple steps and take a minute to read them all. And yeah, and so any questions or comments or anything you would like to know before we sign off? I think I'm going to end with and you go ahead and pop something in there if you like. But I think I might end with a 5-minute abundance affirmation that actually does not feature my voice. I've been talking so much here. But I'll just kind of keep an eye on. See, Shirt says, nice of you to share your life stories. Your mom was a beautiful woman. I'm sure she had a good heart like yours. So thank you so much. She indeed did. And that's something, yeah, I will certainly claim that she instilled in me. And so what I thought I would do, since a lot of you know me from my affirmations, I'm going to play just a 5-minute abundance affirmation. We can never get enough of abundance and prosperity mindset stuff into our heads. Let's see here. Let me pop this up here. Sending an email with gratitude and pics which are radiating positivity. Oh, I can't wait to see them. Thanks a lot. So yeah, all of you, who want to send stuff, I would love to feature you in upcoming videos. So I have a friend named Lisa Firestone, and several years ago, Pookie and I were at a conference called the Posse Awards, and so there's actually like an association and an annual conference and awards for positive music. And we went there, and I saw this performer named Lisa Firestone. She was amazing, great voice, played the piano, and just had a brief conversation with her, and then have kept in touch over the years. And then last summer, so Lisa lives in or near Nashville, Tennessee, and Pookie and I were there last summer and visited with her and her fiance. And she said that she does like this voiceover work, and for some YouTubers, like doing like documentary type of stuff. I said, oh, let me hear what you're up to. And I just listened. It's like she had an amazing voice. And I said, would you like to do some affirmation stuff for me, just to kind of create some variety? I've used Pookie too. She has an amazing voice too, and we're going to be recording more of her stuff. But I want to share with you a 5-minute meditation that Lisa did. And if you want to, whatever you're doing, whether you're driving or hanging out, you just want to enjoy this for 5 minutes, I'll come back at the end and then wrap things up and we'll get on with our day. But I just thought I would share this with you, 5 minutes. And kind of, I set it up in the beginning, so there's no more further introductions needed. Let's just play this. 5-minute morning affirmations for abundance to help you attract prosperity, money, and wealth. Short on time? Then this recording is for you. And it features my friend Lisa Firestone, who has an amazing voice and a beautiful soul. Enjoy.
Your words have power. What you mentally and emotionally focus on expands in your life. In this recording, I'll recite each statement. In the space that follows, repeat it back to yourself, either out loud or in your mind. The more emotion and enthusiasm you put into these affirmations, the more they will work miracles in your life. Let's begin. I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am open and ready to receive. I am swimming in an ocean of abundance. I welcome money into my life. I notice abundance all around me. I allow the flow of money into my life. I love the freedom that money gives me. The abundance I receive reflects the good I do in the world. My life is a magnet for prosperity. I welcome money into my life. I am worthy to receive. I am ready to receive. The abundance I seek is also seeking me. I am financially and spiritually abundant. I am a money magnet. I recognize money-making opportunities. I enjoy acting on my inspired ideas. I am rewarded for the value I create. Prosperity is my nature. Abundance is my birthright. Wealth empowers me to make a difference. Prosperity allows me to make a positive impact on the world. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am abundant. And so it is.
Thanks again to Lisa Firestone for those powerful abundance affirmations. Use them to boost your prosperity mindset and create true wealth in your life. This is Bob Baker of BobBakerInspiration.com. So long for now. There you have it. There's Lisa Firestone, her 5-minute abundance affirmation video there. And so you noticed in that video, it's typical of the ones I've done over the last couple of years, a lot of stock photos of people, and I put in some some text, but if you missed all the details earlier, read the description in this video, or go back and watch it later. But you just open up the description below and it has all the details about how to submit photos of yourself that I can possibly use. I showed this earlier, but in case you missed it, let me pop up this preview here. And so these are people that have already submitted, and this is what they're going to look like. I have a photo. I'm going to put your first name and your city and state, or maybe just your country. And so there's one from Terry there. Got one from Emily from Cornwall, England. These are the some that I put together this morning because I wanted to demonstrate to you what these photos will look like, and they'll be, rotated through my various videos. This is one from Dr. Sunitha in India. This is fabulous. We got Karina from Italy. And then Anderl from Trinidad and Tobago. And those are just a handful. I've got probably a dozen or two that were already submitted. And I would love to include your photo if you'd like to do that. Real quickly, just want to acknowledge Arlinda says thank you. You're welcome. Awesome live stream. Glad to get to know you. Likewise. Monica says, wishing you the best in your recovery. Virtual hug. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. CG Beauty Box, thank you so much for your videos. When I feel my soul slipping, you are my refreshing thoughts to bring me back to my true self. Oh my God. You can't, doesn't it get any better than that? Thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. This is Chetla. I'm so grateful. That's right. I remember that name. Yeah, you submitted some videos, so you'll probably be seeing yourself in some upcoming ones too. Donica says, sounds like an amazing mom. Indeed. Maria says, thank you. Every morning, the first thing that you do is listen to my videos. It helped me a lot of emotional and spiritual. That's the whole reason I do this stuff, is to help people. So thank you. I'm so glad that it resonates with you. Thank you. You are welcome. And so, yes, I'm going to bring this one to a close. So have an amazing rest of your day, whether it's Saturday, it could be tomorrow, depending on what part of the world you're in. Just enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis. So Pookie and I are going to get out and run some errands with social distancing, and then get out into an open area, a park and something, just walk and enjoy the sunshine. So I hope you do the same thing. Appreciate you tuning in. Send me those photos, and you might see yourself in an upcoming video. All right, until next time, this is Bob Baker saying so long for now.